Hi, I'm Drawing by the Book, otherwise known as Jason Quacknell, and this is the profile picture I mentioned in the last video and the one I was working on. And for this video, just to let you know, I'm trying to do something a bit different, and I'm going to try and do some commentary over the top of the actual video, just to try and keep it interesting and so you kind of know my thought process behind the drawing and what I'm doing. And before you ask, yes, that is the sigh bubble from Fullmetal Alchemist. It was just too iconic not to use, plus it's one of my favourite animes, so it's kind of a nice tie-in to that as well. Okay, so here you can see that I've just done a really quick outline over the top of the sketch, and I'm now cleaning up that outline and making the lines a bit sharper, a bit cleaner and a bit thicker, just to add a bit of depth. I've also halved the pupil so you can still get the expression of the eye just by looking at the pupil, which adds a bit more characteristic to the character and just through the eyes. I've made the lines a bit thicker to emphasize the shading and help the character artist stand out and just make the figure actually pop and really catch someone's eye. So as you can see here, I'm using a mask layer, which I only found out about a couple of weeks ago, and it is a godsend because it allows me to select the area I want, click that wee button there, and then I can only colour within that area, which makes my life so much easier and so much quicker since I don't have to worry about going outside the lines. So here I start getting into the shading, and as you can see I use much darker shades than the base colour. This is to really kind of exaggerate the shades, while with the brush I use it also kind of makes a nice blend, so you do get these deeper shadows, but it's not just one solid colour. It does vary and kind of create a gradient between the shades, which is really nice and it's what I want. However, the brushes I use do vary between what I'm kind of painting. So for the skin, I'm using much more of a softer and rounder brush, which gives much more of a smoother texture. While, as you'll see in a minute, for the hair, I use a parted squared brush, which gives the effect of hair strands much more, because, well, for the hair and the hat, I use a square parted brush, which gives the effect of hair strands, which works really nicely because it's so much harsher, which gives really nice effect and really nice texture, which I do really like. However, for the clothes, I do move back to the kind of rounder brush. However, I do it a bit more quickly, so it does get a smooth, kind of rough kind of feel, which is what you want for clothes, because sure it is soft, but it's not going to be really that smooth. So having a bit more of a softer but harsh kind of feeling, it's much nicer for the clothes and makes it once again a lot more realistic. So here you can see me go back to the skin and use a blur brush, which you can't really see because the mouse actually blends into the skin. I did go back with the blur brush just to smooth stuff and make stuff look a lot softer, especially for the skin. I wanted to give it that much more smoother feeling, which it didn't really have because it was a bit harsher. So that blur brush just smoothed things out and made it look a lot softer, a lot smoother, which is what you want for skin. So I go back to my last drawing and get the same colours as the last drawing for the background, so it kind of shares the same theme. And I had to go over this quite a few times just to get the right kind of thickness and the right kind of solid colours which I wanted for the right background. And it really fits in well with the banner I created 2 weeks ago. So here I start adding a pinkish glow to the left side while adding a bit of a bluish glow to the right side. This is just to help my character feel like he fits into the background and doesn't make it just look like he's just there and the background's just somewhere else and he's just been placed on top. It makes him feel like he is fitting in with the background, and it does help just make the character pop that bit more and make you catch your eye, because it is much different and it does fit in and it's just bright colours which aren't natural. And that's the process of the Sigh of Disappointment. I do hope you enjoyed, and that's all from me, so I'll speak to you next time.